Well, okay, let's move on from Canada then, because I know you've, like you said, you have been in Morocco. I know you've shot in Romania, and I've seen photos where it was snow. It looked terrible. It looked like not fun. Is there, maybe here's the question, and I wonder if you can answer it with maybe just a retelling of an experience. Are there any notes you might give to one of our viewers that's thinking about doing something out, to save money, and then when they need the backdrop in a foreign land? Anything you would tell them to not do, or have there been any incredibly difficult experiences in terms of trying to bring together a crew and getting to work together in a short amount of time?
Yeah, I think the challenge about filmmaking is, when you get your green light, you're 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks out from making a movie, and all of a sudden you need to hire 100, 200 people and learn how to work together like in a week, and figure out the chemistry working or the chemistry is not working. With experience, you can use speed dial and you know what I mean, wherever you're working. But when you're starting out, it can often be that if you choose the wrong service producer or the fixer in a country or someplace like that, you can really be going down the wrong path and not necessarily know you're going down the wrong path until it's too late. I'll often say, it's imperative. Films are made in prep, and if you get a film off to a good start and head it in the right direction, it will stay. But if a film gets off to a bad start, you have a bad crew, you're in an environment, you've underestimated how much money it will really take, or resources, or working in a weather, climate that might be really hot or extremely cold, and you're not prepared for that, the realities will smack you in the face very quickly. And when you've got 150 people standing around, on the clock, and you're losing your day, I heard Catherine Bigelow talk about, when she was making Zero Dark 30, someone said, well, what were the challenges? She said, the normal challenges, making my day and getting good performances, And that's really what it really comes down to, You schedule it out, and then you've got to stick to that.
Is there a specific example or story you can share with us where it was either you were walking that line and pulling it off, or maybe you didn't pull it off?
I did a movie that you mentioned a couple of years ago. It's actually coming out, called The Timber, and we shot in the Carpathian Mountains in Romania. And when it was a winter apocalyptic Western, so we scouted it in late November. And I remember saying to the special effects supervisor I've worked with in that part of the world, an old British guy a lot, "You think it'll snow?" He said, "Oh dear, it'll snow, don't worry." And when we got there, it became the worst blizzard and weather they had. The average temperature was -20, and we got over 8 feet of snow in the 3 weeks we shot in that national park. But we were prepared, we had bulldozers, we had ATVs, snowmobiles, we had gone through with the crew that everybody needed kind of Arctic clothing. We knew it was going to be cold. We didn't know it was going to be that cold. And I remember one day we were shooting on top of a mountaintop, and we had this Indian village we've built up there, And it was early in the morning, and I was directing second unit, and I was talking to the first AD down at the main unit, and we had a thermometer. One of my guys up there said it's -58 with the wind chill, And I remember thinking to myself, I never thought it would just get too cold. I thought we prepared for everything, but the fact that it would just be too cold, and we pushed through. It got a little bit warmer, but it was incredibly difficult. That film, we had to make, the director, very talented young director, Anthony O'Brien, was really smart in thinking on his feet and made adjustments in the moment to kind of work with it. And I think if I was to say to young filmmakers, I'd say, go in with a really solid plan, plan, and then realize you're going to have to adjust your plan, and your vision will take a life of its own with the environment, with the actors. When game time comes and you start making a movie, it always kind of morphs into a different thing. It's the old saying, you write one, you shoot one, and you edit a third. And, having done this now for a little while, I see that happening every time, and that's what I would say is, be really prepared, do your homework, hire good people you can trust, vet them, check it out, and then be open to letting the film itself take its own life.